Ever wonder which credit card you should be using? Keep listening as we share what's in our wallets and how we decide which cards to use and which to keep in the sock drawers. Welcome to the Travel Hacking Mom Show. We are three moms who've discovered how to leverage credit card welcome offers to get hundreds of thousands of dollars in travel expenses for nearly free. We've used credit card points and miles to take vacations to places like Hawaii, Paris, Greece, the Maldives, Italy, and so much more. And the best part? We each still have an 800 plus credit score. Imagine being able to book a vacation without having to check your bank account. It's totally possible, and we're here to show you how. Hey, I'm Alex.
And I'm Pam, Alex's mom.
And I'm Jess. We are Travel Hacking Moms. We are super excited for today's episode, not only to give you a behind-the-scenes look into what's in our wallets, but also to find out what is in each other's wallets, because I have no idea what is in Pam's wallet and what is in Alex's wallet. So I am very curious to hear. So let's get to it.
Okay, so Mom, I want to hear what you have in your wallet. Like, I literally got my wallet out. I haven't opened it. Like, I did no preparation as far as like putting cards in my wallet to be like, this is very authentic. I literally just ripped it out of my bag and I have no clue what's in here. So Mom, let's hear what you have first.
Okay, so first of all, I have the card that we're trying to meet minimum spend on right now. And that is a Capital One Venture card. And that's your card for your dad, for my husband. He has the Capital One Venture X card. So when I applied for this, I thought, is he going to get approved? I'm not sure. But, they can be a little quirky with approvals. He got approved. So that's the card that I'm trying to meet minimum spend on. When I meet minimum spend on a credit card, that is always in my wallet, and I pull that out for everything. I don't worry about category spend. I don't worry about, am I getting the best bang for my buck by using this at gas stations or for getting groceries. That is just the card I use for everything. So that's the first card that I will be pulling out until I meet that minimum spend, which really won't take me that long. Okay, after that, I always have my Amex Platinum card in my wallet. And it's not that I use it a lot. There were a couple times I was traveling and I almost forgot to have it with me so I could go into my all-important lounges. And it is the best credit card for airport lounge access. And so I just keep it in there all the time now because I don't want to be without it. After that, I have a Chase business card and the unlimited card also. And I have both of these for two reasons.
Mom, do you mean you have the cash and the unlimited?
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
You're
Okay.
exactly right.
So a cash and an unlimited?
Yes. And I keep them both in because if I'm not meeting minimum spend, I'm more likely wanting to get more ultimate rewards than anything else. So I keep the unlimited in there because I can get 1.5% on almost everything. And so that's just a no-brainer for me. And then I keep the Chase cash in there in case I need to get some gift cards. And so if there's a good deal going on getting those at the office supply stores, I've got it there. Again, it's like I don't need to have this in my wallet all the time, but otherwise I might forget. My memory isn't what it used to be. And so I just like to keep this in there. So if I'm going by Staples, I can go, I need some gift cards. Let's go in and get them. And then the last one that's in there is, again, because of my older memory issues, is I keep a Charles Schwab debit card, and I don't use it at an ATM in the States. I don't use debit cards, but I use it when I travel internationally. And that's so I can get ATM fee-free purchases. And so when I'm trying to get cash from a country that I'm traveling, I want that card because I'm not going to get charged the fees. And again, I've gotten somewhere and thought, oh, goodness, I don't have my Charles Schwab card. So I've just gotten so that I just carry the things that I use for international travel with me all the time. And if I didn't have that Capital One Venture card that I'm trying to meet minimum spend on for my husband, I usually then keep mine or his Capital One Venture X just because if I'm traveling internationally, it's just it's a no fee, it's a no foreign transaction fee card. It's just a really easy card to use for when I travel internationally.
Mom, well, I was just going to say when you mentioned that you had the inks in your wallet, that's a really good idea because I just opened my wallet and I don't have my Chase Ink cash in there. I think a lot of times I just keep it in like my car because sometimes I'll use that for gas because it gets 2x. But I don't know where mine is right now.
You keep your credit card in your
I
car?
lost my car.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I keep it in my car because then I don't forget to use it. And I don't know, like I don't always have my wallet with me, but I just have it for gas. I actually don't know if it's in there right now. I need to go find that. And I think that's a great idea to keep it in my wallet though, so that like, because for me, sometimes I don't go do the gift card deals all the time because it's like out of the way to go to the office supply stores and I'm already working on a card for minimum spend. But if I was driving past it and I had the card on me, like that's just a good idea. So thank you, Mom. I'm going to keep my ink cash in my wallet. If it's not in my car already. I got to go find it. When we're done with this, I got to go find that card.
Okay, so Jess, what's in your wallet right now?
So we just got back from a trip to Hawaii. And before I go on a trip, I always sort of take inventory of what cards I have in my wallet and change any out that I think need to be changed out. So this is a really good time for me to say what's in my wallet based on the trip that I just went on because I haven't gone through it again since then. So let me see. I have my Southwest Performance Business Card, which may seem a little bit random, but this card gets you free Wi-Fi on Southwest Airlines. And so we flew Southwest to Hawaii. So I brought my Southwest Business Card so that me and Molly could both get free Wi-Fi on the plane. So that's my first one. I have my debit card just because I always bring my debit card anytime I travel in case I need to get cash. We stayed at Hyatt's in Hawaii, so I have my Hyatt personal and my Hyatt business card. I probably don't need both, but I'm always like, it's going to be a game time decision as to which one I use. And so I brought both. And then I have my Chase Sapphire Preferred. That is always in my wallet for 3x on dining and 2x on travel. I also put my rental car. We rented a car in Hawaii. I put that on my Sapphire Preferred for the primary car rental insurance. I have my Venture X. I always have my Venture X in my wallet no matter what because that gets 2x on everything. And then I have my IHG Premier Business Card, which seems random, but that is the card that I am currently working on the minimum spend for. So everything in Hawaii that was not the hotel or the rental car, I put on my IHG card. Even though it may not get the best return, that's the one I'm working on the minimum spend for. So that is the one I used.
That's a really good point that you made, Jess, and I do the same thing, like, this is what's in my wallet right now, but when I go on a trip, I do stop and say, "Okay, where am I staying? I'm gonna grab that hotel card." I'm always gonna put my CSP in there because I want that for my rental car for the primary insurance, so definitely, every time that I go on a trip, I kind of go through and plan out what cards I'm taking based on my trip. But I've just had some I'm just carrying around with me all the time because I've forgotten to do that a couple times. So,
Yeah, and like the trip also, so like if I'm going somewhere internationally, then I'll clean out any cards that have foreign transaction fees. Like I will not even bring those internationally with me because I don't want to accidentally swipe them and be charged those foreign transaction fees. So I have like my sock drawer full of cards. And then before every trip, I kind of just do an like if we had been staying at a Hilton, I would have not brought my Hyatt cards. I would have brought my Hilton card instead, So yep, every time before a trip, I kind of just go through and clean out my wallet and put the cards I'm going to need for that trip. And then eventually, like maybe today, I'll go through again and change out some of these. And like I do normally carry my ink cash with me, like you do, for the 5X at office supply stores when I'm out. But for Hawaii, I was like, I'm not going to be going to Staples in Hawaii, so I'm just going to leave that one at home. But I should probably put that one back. All right, Alex, what's in your wallet?
Okay, so first of all, I have my phone case has a spot where I can like keep a credit card in it with my ID. So a lot of times they literally just take my phone with me and put one credit card in it right now, which this isn't like affiliates or anything like that. We get nothing for it, but I love my Wally case. Um, in that card right now, I have my Hilton Honors business card because I've hit the minimum spend on it, but I'm trying to I'm I'm getting close to hitting $15,000 of spend on that card. So if you hit $15,000 on that card in one calendar year, you get a free night certificate. So I'm getting close to that. So I have that card in my wallet. My husband has in his phone, I should say phone, not wallet, phone case. He has the Ink Business Preferred because we're also working on minimum spend on that card. So yeah, I sometimes, if I know I'm making a big purchase, I'll be like, hey, give me the Ink Business Preferred because I have a lot of time on this Hilton card, but the Ink Business Preferred, like we're getting like, we don't have a whole year. We have 3 months. So we've got to get that one done sooner. Okay. So, but in my actual wallet, which I don't take out a ton, but I do have it with me, like just throwing in my diaper bag because I'm still in the glorious diaper bag stage. But, okay. Some things are going to surprise you. First of all, I opened this wallet and I do not see my Venture X card in here, which is usually in here all the time. So I'm pretty sure I used it for something and just like put it on the counter or in a drawer. So I've got to go find that.
Probably in your car with your other credit cards.
I only keep like 2 in there, but it could be, but I think it's in a drawer where I like I have like one of those business card like bindery things. And I have like tons of cards in there. So it could have accidentally got put in there, but it's supposed to be in my wallet because it's a good one for just 2x like you guys did. Okay. Should I tell you the surprising ones first or last?
First.
Okay, you guys are going to die. I have an Old Navy credit card in here.
You're lying.
Jess just gave me like this like totally like you're ridiculous face.
But it was before you were doing travel hacking.
Yeah. I got this credit card like years and years before I started travel hacking. And like when my kids were really little, like babies, and I was, getting a lot of kids clothes at Old Navy. Would I open that card now? No way, not a chance. But I keep it in there. I don't really know why it's in here. Probably just in case I go to Old Navy because I will. Literally the only place I use that Old Navy card is like Old Navy. Like I would use it if I was going to Gap or somewhere else, like Athleta, like anywhere within the Gap family brand. But I pretty much just shop at Old Navy of all of those stores. So Old Navy is in there in case I go to Old Navy. It actually has a pretty decent rewards program, you guys. You get like 5 points per dollar. So you get like 5% back. So it's not too bad. But like I said, I would never open it now. Okay. Next, I have my American Express Business Platinum card. Same reason why my mom does. Like one time I was traveling and I wanted to go to the Delta lounge. I was flying Delta and they won't let you in. Like I couldn't just show my digital card. She's like, no, we need to like swipe your card to get in. So I learned the lesson the hard way that you actually need to have your Amex business card if you want to get into the Delta Sky Club when you're flying Delta. So I keep that on me. I also have a Freedom Unlimited in here. And I also have Freedom Flex in here. I have both. I love both of those cards. No annual fee. Freedom Flex 5 times rotating categories or 5x the points on rotating categories each quarter. Unlimited gets 1.5% back on everything, but they also both get 3x on dining. Sometimes, Jess, that's a card that sits in my car. Because if I'm going through the drive-thru, I'll just open up my little drawer and grab the card and pay. Also in here, I've got my debit card from like my local credit union. Use this so little that I actually forget the PIN number sometimes. And I've had to call my husband, be like, what's our PIN number when I need cash?
Let me just say that I can vouch for the fact that Alex never carries cash because when we travel together, I'm always paying all the tips and all the, different things. And then she says, and then she'll pay me back later and stuff. But she never has cash.
It's true.
I actually have cash right now because we just traveled. And so I always get some before trips, like for tips and all that. But normally I have no cash also.
Well, but Mom, last time we went to Hawaii, you were very impressed because I came with an envelope full of cash. Remember?
Right. That's right.
So if my husband's coming too, then we're good. Like, we'll get the cash because he'll get the cash. But if it's just me and my mom, I'm like, oh, I know my mom's got it covered. I don't have time to go to the bank. I got too much to do. She'll get it. And then I'll just like Venmo her after the trip.
Letting mom taking care of you.
Exactly. I just want you to still feel like your little girl needs you still.
That's right.
Okay, I have the Amex Gold in here. I use that when I'm going to the grocery stores. Another great one for eating out because you get 4X on both of those categories. You guys, I got another debit card in here. I got the Target debit card. You get, Jess is shaking her head at me, you guys. You get 5% back with the Target debit card. I actually do use that debit card, but I only use it like if sometimes there's been times where like the Freedom Flex will have 5% back at Target. And obviously I'll use that instead. What I should be doing is using my Chase Ink cash and like buying Target gift cards, which, note to self, go do that. And I think I just forget about it because you get busy so this is a lesson, you guys. Jess is like great at everything, but my mom and I are not like, we don't do everything perfectly. It's like what we have time for and what we can do. Sometimes, we're just trying to survive. Okay. And then lastly, Sapphire Preferred. You all know that we're obsessed with it. So that is what is exactly in my wallet at this moment. And also a Costco card. Not a Costco credit card, just my membership card. I don't have the Costco credit card.
You didn't want to get the Costco credit card and get that free cooler that you
Oh my
get
gosh, you guys, when I go in there and I see that, I always want to there's been times where I've almost taken a picture and put it on stories, like on Instagram stories. Like, you guys do not do this. A free cooler. So tempting. Costco, a $20 cooler and a bottle of water.
All right. So I think next we were going to talk about our go-to / main players that we use the most. I feel like we've pretty much already covered these. For me, it is definitely the Sapphire Preferred and the Venture X. Those are the two cards I swipe the most, I would say, because I would say most of my purchases are dining out would be like probably my biggest spend category. I should be better about using the Amex Gold at grocery stores. I forget to put that one in my wallet a lot. I usually just do my Venture X at grocery stores, but I should probably do my Amex Gold.
Jess, that makes me feel good because you're not doing something perfectly right.
I'm a little bit okay, so I'm a little bit weird because everyone uses the Amex Gold for dining out, but I would rather get 3 Chase points than 4 Amex points. I know that that's controversial with some people, but that's how much I value my Chase points for Hyatt. And so when I dine out, I use my Sapphire Preferred or my Freedom Flex for the 3X. Some people really love using their Amex Gold and getting the 4X Amex points. So that is another option. But yeah, so I should just put my Amex Gold back in my wallet. I just forget about it.
Well, for sure for the grocery stores because it's definitely the best. The Sapphire doesn't. I mean, it gets 3X when you do an online grocery pickup order.
Right.
And I've done that. But then once I got my Amex Gold, I was like, nope, this is my go-to. But partly for me too, I like to use my Amex Gold regularly so it can help me stay out of Amex pop-up jail.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm pretty big on my Amex Gold.
All right. When this ends, I will go find my gold card. It's not in my car. I know that. It's somewhere in my house. And I will put it in my wallet. All right. What about you, Pam? What are your go-to cards?
Okay, I have a confession to make. I am the worst person for using the right card for the right category spend. And one of the reasons is because I am constantly trying to get a new card. So I'm usually trying to meet minimum spend on a card. And when I'm not very good about making sure I use the right card. And I need to get better about this. But I just kind of have always felt like the few times that I'm not meeting minimum spend that, as long as I'm getting credit card points and I'm not using a debit card, it's good for you, Pam. So this is where I know it's shocking, but we aren't perfect in this game either. And so that is probably the area that I need to get better at, is making sure I'm using the right card when I'm not. But I get up there and it's time to pay and I'm searching for the cards and I don't want people to be standing behind me getting irritated. So I'm just like, I just pull out a card. It's like, oh, here, use this one. So yeah, that's a big downfall on me. I need to get better on that. What about you, Alec?
So the cards I swipe the most would be my Freedom Flex, my Freedom Unlimited, and like they're I use them like kind of interchangeably because they both get 3x on dining. And I just usually always have them on me, so it makes it pretty easy. I actually don't use my Sapphire Preferred as much, even though it gets the same. I don't know why. I think it's just what I have on me. I don't know. It just depends whatever I grab. And I tend to grab those two the most. And then Venture X and my Amex Gold. Those are the ones I use the most.
Okay, well, I know what I want to know next is I want to know what cards you guys have recently opened. So, Jess, what did you recently open?
Well, my husband / me applied for the Chase Ink Preferred today, and he was approved. So we will be getting a new card to work on the minimum spend. And then the card that I most recently applied for is the IHG Business Premier. That one had an increased welcome offer. So I've been liking IHGs a lot more for where there aren't any IHG has a bigger footprint than Hyatt. And so I got that one and I'm currently working on the minimum spend for that one. So IHG Business Premier for me and Ink Preferred for my husband. What about you, Alex?
So I actually already told you guys a little earlier. I spilled the beans too early. So Chasing Business Preferred for my husband as well. And then the American Express Hilton Honors Business Card for me. Trying to get the points. When I got it, had a really great bonus offer. Had never opened any Hilton cards before. I was just waiting till I knew what I was going to do with it before I got one, because Hilton doesn't have like the most amazing, like they just charge a lot for their nights. So I had a specific redemption in mind. I am saving these points in the free nights that I'm going to earn for the Waldorf Astoria and Los Cabos. So plan is to take my husband with me. So I'm excited about that. What about you, Mom?
Well, the card that I opened most recently for me was the same one. I think all three of us can say this was such a surprising open for each of us. Hilton, like Alex says, it's just a lot to stay at their hotels, and so we don't really love them. But because they offered the free annual night certificate that can be used at any property, and that means those luxury Waldorf Astorias or the Conrad Bora Bora, we all had specific ideas of where we wanted to stay. We opened those. And then that being able to use earn a 15K certificate. So by the time I opened it, I got 2 certificates. I had my husband open it / me, as Jess said, and he got 2. So that's a 4-night stay at a really luxurious property. And so that was just something that was really great. And I've gotten those certificates for both of us so far.
Where are you gonna stay? Have you decided?
Yeah, same place. I want to
Okay.
stay at the same place that you're going, but then with the points that we've earned, because we've earned a lot of points with that too, I'm trying to decide on that. I may be staying, I'm looking at some options on that. And then, like I said, my husband, I just opened the Capital One for him. That's our newest card, and that's what we're meeting minimum spend on.
One thing I wanted to say too, real quick, is that Hilton business card offer. If you're listening and you're thinking, oh, that sounds great, I'd love to do that. It has unfortunately ended. So you won't be able to do that now, but hopefully it'll come back around sometime.
Fingers crossed.
Yes. Okay, so now you guys, what was the card you closed most recently and why did you close it? I think people like hear the word closing cards and they get really nervous, like, oh, that's going to destroy your credit score. And it's okay. Like, we don't close a ton of cards, but there's definitely cards that like I will open and I know when I open it, I'm not keeping this card in the next year, which I'll explain in a bit. But Mom, let's hear first, what was the card that you closed most recently and why?
Yeah, I really don't close cards very often. I'd say I close 1 or 2 a year, and so I just recently or this year, I've closed 2. One was the Delta Gold card, and the interesting thing with this card, I don't fly Delta a lot, but once in a while I do, so it's nice to have those points, and I knew the same way that you were talking, Alex, is that I was gonna grab the bonus, and then I'd be getting rid of it when the annual, fee posted. And the interesting thing about this is this was the second time that I got it, and usually Amex cards have a once in a lifetime rule, but for some reason they offered it to me again. There was no, lifetime rule language in the terms and conditions, and I thought, "Well, hey, they wanna give it to me, I'll take it again." And so I canceled that one, and then I last year, about this time, I got the Barclay AA business card just to get AA points. No value for me to pay $95 again. So I just canceled that. And I just did that last week. And what's nice, well, I thought that I could do it on a secure message and they wouldn't let me. So I had to call in, but it was a real easy cancel. So, Jess, I know that you've got the same idea going as what I had. So tell us about it.
Yep. So my husband and I both opened that Barclays business card last year for the sign up bonus. We do not fly American Airlines very often since we live in a United hub. So I knew that I was not going to be keeping that card. But then we also, like right around the time that our annual fees posted, we also got the Barclays Aviator Red card, which is the one where like there really isn't a minimum spend. You just have to spend $1. And so any benefit that we had from the business card, we also get with that Aviator Red, like free checked bag and priority boarding. So obviously I don't need both of like I probably don't even need one of the AA cards, let alone two. So our annual fees hit and then we tried to do the same thing. I tried to cancel via secure message because I hate asking my husband to call because he's like, oh, I don't want to call. What do I say? And I have to basically like write out a script for him. And so no luck, but like you said, easy to cancel. And people ask us this a lot, like, do you cancel before the annual fee hits? I always wait until the annual fee hits and then I cancel like a week or two later. And usually if I cancel within 30 days, then I get that annual fee refunded. And that was the case for both of us. Like I canceled 2 weeks after my fee hit. I think I was like bugging him to cancel for a while. So I literally think he canceled like on the 30th day and he still got his annual fee refunded. So yep. No need for us to both have 4 AA cards. So that was an easy decision. What about you, Alex?
So we're on a trend here. Same business card, the AA business card for my husband. Actually, he hasn't actually canceled it yet. It's been on our to-do list. The annual fee hasn't actually posted, but it's been over a year since he's had it. They're just a little slow to post it. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't want to forget to do this because like on my Travel Freely app, I got the notification a while ago that your annual fee will be due. So I know I've had the card for over a year. They're just slow getting to charge my annual fee. So I need to have him call and do that. I actually like went and like reloaded an Amazon gift card for like $5 before I canceled it because American Airlines is one of the few airlines that still, of like the US airlines that still has points expiration. So I was like, okay, if I just use my card right before I cancel it, I'll reset that expiration date. So I did that with him. There's other things you can do too, but I thought, well, that'll be a really easy way to like not have to worry about my points expiring anytime soon. So I did that and well, I need to have him call and cancel that. And then I canceled a Chase United business card because kind of the same reasons why you guys canceled your American Airlines cards is I'm not in a United hub. I already have the personal United card that has no annual fee, the Gateway card, which allows me to see more award availability for being a card holder. So I didn't really need to have two. So, and the other reason too is I'll eventually get that card again. Because you can get those cards like the United or the Chase co-branded cards. You can get them again 24 months after your last bonus. So that's actually the second time I'd had a United business card. So if I cancel it, I can get it again, in another 24 months from my last bonus, which will be actually this September. I could get it again. So we'll see. If they come out with a good bonus, then maybe I'll do it again.
All right. Now I was thinking we could talk about some cards that we have and we know that we'll use until we hit the minimum spend and get our bonus, but then we probably will sock drawer it or, like Alex, put it in our car and maybe not use it.
That's where the cards go that I use. I use those cards.
So, Alex, what is an example of a card that you have now that you're like maybe or got recently that you hit the minimum spend on and then put it away and don't really plan to use it again?
Pretty much every airline and hotel card that I get, any co-branded card. The only time I take it out is, for example, like my Delta Platinum business card. I get it out when I'm doing a Delta flight, and that's about the only time I get that one out. And if I'm staying at a hotel, like a Hyatt hotel, I bring my Hyatt card. If I'm staying at a Marriott hotel, I bring my Marriott card. But that's about it. Other than that, I'm using my flexible point cards for all my purchases. What about you, Pam? Mom?
And they're kind of the same way, although, yeah, pretty much. My hotels I'll take when I'm going there. Now, I don't stay at Hilton's much. They're probably the brand I stay at the least. So that is definitely one that I did just for the bonus. And when I'm through, I'm done with it, sock drawer it, and I may even get rid of it in a year because it's just something that I just don't use. I do like my other hotel cards because I get a free night stay, and so I'm all about that. So I make sure that I put, some little spend on it during the year, probably just to keep it real active. And then any airline card but United, I just don't use. And I do use my United card because, as I've said before, I usually for domestic flights will pay for the flight. And sometimes I'll put it on my United. Probably I should be putting it on my Platinum or something that's going to earn 5X. But, my United is just right there on the site. And so sometimes I use that a lot. So I use my United card a little bit, but definitely don't use those as much. I would say that we all use our cards that we that we earn transferable currencies on, and that's what we use the most. And that our co-branded cards, we don't use a whole lot. What about you, Jess?
So, like I said, my husband and I just recently got that Barclays Aviator Red, which is the minimum spend is just one purchase. I think it's anything over $1. So I literally got those in the mail. I reloaded my Starbucks app gift card. I put $5. That's the lowest amount you can do a gift card for. I put $5 on each of our Aviator Red cards, and I literally put them in my sock drawer. And I'm like, I'm never going to use these again. Unless for some reason I book an American Airlines flight, I would use them. But yeah, I put $5 Starbucks card on each card and then just immediately put it in my drawer and do not plan to use those again. So I'm the same way with most co-branded cards. I'm not really going to use those very much at all. So that's my most recent example.
I mean, that is probably one of the best deals there is in travel hacking is that Barclay Red Aviator card. I mean, that's pretty amazing that you can get those miles. But after that, it's like, I wish you could do that over and over and over
I know.
again. Because that is a sweet deal. So, yeah. So what, Jess, is the card that you've downgraded recently or the card that you plan to downgrade?
I don't even remember the last time I downgraded a card, but I think that we are going to downgrade my husband's Sapphire Preferred soon. So it has been more than 48 months since he got the welcome offer on his Sapphire Preferred, and the annual fee just hit. I would normally keep that card, every year, but he just also got the Ink Preferred. So today he was approved for the Ink Preferred. That gives him the ability to transfer to transfer partners. And so I'm sort of thinking we downgrade his Sapphire Preferred to a Freedom Flex. And we each already have a Freedom Flex, but you can actually downgrade to another one. That gives us another card to max out that 5% back every quarter. So we like downgrading to Freedom Flexes when we can. So that will give him a second Freedom Flex card. We will get that annual fee refunded. He'll still be able to transfer to transfer partners through his Ink Preferred. And then maybe in a couple months, I'll have him reapply for the Sapphire. So that's sort of my loose plan right now. What about you, Alex?
My plan is actually the exact same. So, yeah, but I think what I will do is try to and it's for myself. I've had it for over 48 months, or 48 months since I got my last bonus. My plan is I don't think I have the original Freedom card, which you can't just go out and open that card anymore. It's not available, but you can downgrade to it. So I think I'm going to try to downgrade to the original Freedom, still get those 5X every quarter, and then wait a little bit and then get the Sapphire Preferred again for myself. The only thing that's kind of annoying about that is I do have my Sapphire Preferred saved to like my Southwest account, my United account, so I can use it and it's also saved to like my YouTube TV account because it gets 3X. So it's a little annoying to have to like change those things out, but like obviously it's worth the hassle to get that sign-up bonus again. So that's my plan. What about you, Mom?
Well, confession time from Pam again. I don't think I have downgraded a card ever. I obviously, once I get over 48 months, will downgrade my Chase Sapphire Preferred. And it's not that I love to pay annual fees. I think I'm really good at using the benefits that come with my cards. And so it's not like there's a lot of them that I'm not using the benefits that I don't want to keep them. I do need to do a little bit better job probably of evaluating when my bonuses come up. One of the things I love about the Travel Freely app is that it lets me know when a bonus is going to hit, an annual fee, not a bonus, sorry, an annual fee. And so I need to like plan a time once a month, the first of the month, look at that and look at the cards and decide, do I want to keep? Do I want to downgrade? Do I want to cancel this card and do a better job of thinking about downgrading cards? But honestly, I feel like I just really use my benefits so that most of them are worth keeping for me. And I do pay a lot in annual fees, but somehow it works for me. I do need to, I think I've talked before about the gravy train that I get with the Platinum business cards. And I've got quite a few of those and I have downgraded. Actually, I'm lying, you guys. I did downgrade a card. I downgraded a Platinum business card to a green business card this year. And the only bad thing when you do that is it means I can't get the bonus on it. But I didn't want to make Amex mad at me for canceling all my Platinum business cards. I didn't want them to not offer them to me. So I thought, I'm going to take one. I'm just going to do this. And that's what I did. So, hey, I did downgrade one.
There you go. Good job, Pam. Well, we hope this episode has been fun and helpful for you to see what's in our wallets. If you are interested in any of the cards we talked about in today's episode, you can visit our best offers page, which we have linked in the show notes. Thanks so much for using our links when you apply for credit cards. It means a lot to us. Thanks so much for listening to the Travel Hacking Mom Show. Make sure to hit the subscribe or follow button from wherever you're listening so you never miss an episode. Want to start jet setting even faster? Follow the links in the show notes to learn about everything we discussed in today's episode. And to stay connected and follow along, follow us on Instagram at Travel Hacking Mom. We can't wait to see where in the world points and miles take you.